What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Danny Talkcast. On this episode, I have my good friend, Anthony Tran. He is a fellow photographer, videographer, and he is basically just killing shit right now. He always kills shit, but he's doing big things, and yeah, everything he puts out is just straight, just fire. Freaking fire, dude. Yeah, we had a great time talking on the podcast, and I mean, thanks again to Anthony for joining me. He was on the East Coast, so it got a little late for him, but we had some tequila to keep us going, maybe more than we probably should have. But hey, it was National Tequila Tuesday. Where, talking to a good friend. I'm going to have some tequila, dude. Definitely, I don't know about him, but I definitely got a bit drunk. So hopefully, as the podcast goes on, we don't sound like fools. But yeah, I had a great time talking to Anthony, and I hope you enjoy the episode. And yeah, let's fucking do it. Let's go.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and take a swig. I've already been drinking. So.
Oh, no, dude, me too. I've already had like 3 shots, 2 Trulies, 2 beers. Like, yeah, we're good, dude. We're chilling.
This is like a very ghetto margarita.
Oh, you got like some mix in there, dude?
Oh yeah, some
lemonade. Shit.
Not a sponsor for Minute.
Yeah, Minute Maid hit Anthony up, dude.
Yeah, man, I'm a big believer in Minute Maid and Go Puff orders. So.
Go what? Go Puff?
So it's like Postmates except like snacks. Have you never?
No.
Apparently it's not in the West Coast yet. It's only in the Midwest and East Coast. Yeah.
Go Puff.
Yeah, and it's just like Postmates except dedicated to only snacks.
Damn, dude.
It's pretty sick. And alcoholic drinks.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, the one for alcoholic drinks I know of is Drizzly.
Yeah, we don't have Drizzly here.
Drizzly.
I've heard of that, though.
I haven't downloaded it yet because, like, I think in a way it's like I buy my booze first, drink it, and if I need more, then I'm just shit out of luck. Unless it's, like, real close by. Yeah.
I think it's kind of a problem if you're like too shit-faced or like too lazy to get your own alcohol because it's already a lazy thing to do to be sitting there drinking, right? So
right.
Like,
yeah. I definitely think that's like for like parties or it's like,
oh yeah,
like or like a
last
kickback or
shit,
something.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, can anyone drive? Like,
yeah,
no, Drizzly.
No, we get Drizzly. Yeah,
Drizzly.
Go. Yeah, and then here it's Go Puff.
Go Puff. Okay, well I'll look out for that. But yeah, like we just cheers. I mean, National Tequila Day.
Yeah, National Tequila Day. Yeah.
I didn't even know. Like, I knew for a fact that like while we're gonna do this, I was gonna have like a few beers or something, and then you said that, and I was like, fuck, dude. Like,
oh, we have to do it.
Damn
man.
it.
I bought this whole bottle, like to drink. So like, I bought this like 2 or 3 weeks ago before I left.
Oh, you're like, I need to get rid of this shit.
Yeah, I need to like drink this out.
What is that, Jose Gold or some shit?
Jose Cuervo, Blue Agave, Gold Tequila. Yeah, the gold. Yeah. I'm not a big tequila fan, but I'm drinking in honor of today. I'm gonna drink most of this bottle tonight. So, yeah, for sure.
What do you normally like to drink?
I'm a bourbon guy. Just
Bourbon.
Okay, Kentucky,
like,
you know.
Like, what's like your go-to bottle?
I get Forester. Usually
Forester. I don't know.
Yeah. It's from here.
Is it like a local place? I mean, obviously you said it's from there, but like strictly like local? Like...
I don't think it's strictly local. I think it just happens to be like, I'm pretty sure it's more expensive in other states than here because I can get a bottle for like under $20.
Oh shit! Okay,
and it'll be a decent size, and like you can get 100 proof, so that's like,
oh yeah,
that'll get you pretty messed up pretty fast without realizing it too, especially bourbon.
Yeah, bourbon. It's been a while since I've had bourbon. I'm more so. I mean, I like tequila, but I think if I were to drink, like I go to like super strong hoppy IPAs.
Okay, yeah,
or
for sure.
Whiskey like Jameson, or if I want to get like crazy, I'll get like a nice bottle. But
Jameson, when we first met in person, like we have known each other before we had met.
Self-help, right?
Yeah, self-help. Yeah.
The photo you sent me earlier today.
Yeah. I was drinking Jameson like with Falling in Reverse. That's all we drank every night. We had like 2 handles every night on the rider.
Oh yeah, same with the Mice and Men boys. It's like Jameson.
Yeah,
dude. Go for it.
No, I was just gonna say, I still remember like coming across them, and yeah, they had Jameson on their rider too, and like it's just easy to drink.
Oh yeah,
it's really easy.
It's like the standard rider. Like
yeah.
I think I don't know if they still do it. I can't remember, but like the Amisa Men boys, it would always be like I don't know, like it depends on where we're at. Like a 30 rack of beer or like local IPAs.
Word.
And then a bottle of Jameson, a bottle of Grey Goose.
Dude, Grey Goose, that shit. We only got it once in a while because when that got broken out,
game over.
Mistakes would be made.
Game fucking over. Yeah. I remember at one point, I forget which tour it was. It might have been with the Mice and Men with Beartooth, the one that Jar was on.
Oh, word. Yeah.
The Disease Tour Part 2 or something like that. There was a one point in time in the tour on the Mice and Men bus where we had like, must have been like 3 bottles of Jameson up top, like on the table or whatever.
Yeah.
Opened, ready to go, and then below by the sink in the bus, I think we had like, I mean, I could be wrong, but basically we had like multiple bottles, some on top that were open, and then we had like a reserve spot that just we had so many, and like friends come.
That was us,
and
too.
they bring booze. You're like,
oh my God,
dude, like we have too
man.
much. It's like stop.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was
like,
fucked.
Yeah.
I think both bands have probably slowed down a little bit since. It's been a couple years. Yeah.
Oh,
they slowed down a little bit.
I mean, I've been touring with the Mice and Men since 2010. So they've seeing not progression, but like
growth, I guess.
Well, what's the opposite
kind
of
growth.
Progression? Fuck.
De-escalation.
De-escalation, yeah.
Or
fuck, I don't know. That makes sense.
Or like, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But like the de-escalation in the amount of booze intake.
Yeah.
You know, as people get older, get married versus, you know, when
getting
you start
fucked up and not thinking about the night.
Yeah. I mean, Alan is only 1 year older than I am, and him and I were getting like crazy. I remember there were some nights where I think we would have like 2 4 Locos and then drink.
Jesus
like,
Christ!
I can't even do that now. Like, I'm like buzzing off of this tequila, and I've only had like a little bit.
No, same, man. Like ever since I changed over to like Fever, like all those guys are straight edge. So then I kind of just stopped drinking. So like every time I do drink, it's a special occasion, or like I felt like it was earned because like you work all week and then you have like that one day a week off, and you're like, I'm gonna drink tonight. Like, I don't have to get up early.
You go in,
you know. Yeah.
So
go ahead.
So I kind of wanted to like, I have no paper here, nothing, like no questions. I'm just running off like off script. I usually don't.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I have questions, but I was like, you know what, like. Fuck it, whatever.
No, it's fine.
I kind of wanted to know, like, kind of take me back, like, to where it all started, like, with you and, I mean, not necessarily just, I mean, I'm sure you'll get to, like, the touring aspect, but, like, getting into photography, videography, like, bring me fucking back, dude.
All right, we'll go from the beginning, I guess. I kind of picked up photography as, like, a hobby from high school because I saw there was a film class.
Yeah.
And so I was like 16, 17.
How old are you right now?
I am 25.
25.
26. Jesus Christ.
Wait,
I don't know how old I am.
Are you 25 or are you 26? Okay, you're 26?
26.
Okay.
It's 2020 right now, right?
We can call that a wash.
Yeah,
so maybe you're 25.
I barely know what year it is.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's already August coming up here next week.
Well, I'm sure we'll get into that conversation in 2020. But keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, so 16, 17, so 10 years ago, and I remember in that class, like, I picked up a camera because I was skateboarding a lot, and I wanted to, like, document, like, my friends skateboarding and shit. Yeah, so you feel me? Like, I wasn't good at it, but I was like, we need photos of, like, when we all hang out.
Yeah.
And then I picked up the film class thinking they would help me, and I remember my film teacher at the end of the year was like, so we have an advanced course for seniors if you want to take it. And I asked him, because you had to get a counseling meeting beforehand. And he was like, honestly, you don't have a natural eye for it. Like, you can't. You, dude. Yeah, he said all my photos were very mediocre. Like, I should focus on like what I was doing. And I was in a math and computer program, so I was meant to be like an engineer or something.
Okay.
The thing was, I hated math and science and all that shit. Like I couldn't do it. Yeah. So I was doing that with skateboarding. I stopped doing it for a while after he told me that, and then I picked it up again because I was just skateboarding, and no one was taking up that job, kind of, you know? Because with every skate crew, I feel like there was like one photo guy, one video guy documenting stuff, and so I kind of like picked that up, and then a couple of my friends were getting into streetwear, and I was kind of attuned to fashion in the sense of like I admired it, like I liked it. So I started picking up that, and then leading up all the way up to 2017, I went to Warped Tour with the camera, and at this point I had shot shows for like Stick to Your Guns, For Today, because I was in a band too. So I was opening for these shows, and I took my camera with me and took photos. So like I took photos of Bless the Fall and Stick to Your Guns back in like 15, and then those got published randomly. I don't remember. It was like one of those random fan post articles from Alt Press or whatever that took like images from Instagram or whatever. And it picked up from there. And then I took it with me to Warped Tour, hung out with the Cane Hill guys, and from that tour and took photos. Crown of the Empire was on that too. So was taking photos there. And the main reason I went was to see, out of all the bands, was 100th. I know.
Yeah, some like
hardcore.
Like
but they weren't hardcore anymore. That's why I liked them.
Oh, okay. See, I they vaguely have listened to them before, but like all I just know in my head is like remember
they had hardcore beatdown and breakdown stuff.
Hardcore beatdown. But I did know that. And
I knew them then. I knew them then, but I didn't really care. And then they released like a shoegaze rock record, and I was like, "This is the shit."
Okay.
So I went to Warped Tour to take photos of them, and they opened, so I missed them. So to support, I bought merch, and then to practice my shooting, I shot like an editorial style shoot with the merch.
Yeah.
And Chadwick saw it and was like, "Hey man, if I sent you all of our merch, could you do this for us?" And I was like, "Hell yeah,
for sure."
And then
this is my size. Send it my way.
Yeah,
let's go.
Like these are my. Actually, I gathered like 5 models to model this for me, and like got a makeup artist to do makeup, all for free. This was all for free. I was just doing this as a favor because I was like, "This is sick."
You're amped on it.
Yeah. And I did a whole lookbook, and I was like, "Listen." So at this point, I've done like 3 local tours, and then he was like, I told him that, and I was like, "I'll be down to do like a whole tour." I saw that you guys have a U.S. tour. I can do photos for you guys every day, get it delivered every day, whatever. And he was like, "Cool." And at this point, I only did photography.
Okay.
Didn't do any video. Any video I did was for fun. Like it was like 10, 15 second like fashion editorial like ads for myself, not for anyone else. And then I did one video the first day as practice. And 100th was like, "Hey, could you do this every day?" And remember, and there was no Instagram stories yet.
Was this when Instagram had like the 15-second limit?
Yeah.
Okay,
30 seconds. Yeah,
which was ridiculous.
And there's
I don't know how they thought we were gonna. Anyone could 15 seconds.
Well, because Vine was popular.
Yeah,
and they just they just started video.
Okay.
Like it wasn't videos yet. So right when videos started, I gave them 30-second clips every night.
Shit.
Every night they had something to post, and I made their grid look like popular Instagrammers at the time, like Jaden Smith and ASAP Rocky, how they had like a collage on their whole page.
Yeah. I've seen. Some of those.
I did that for them.
Okay.
And after that, it like
just
snowballed. I sent hundreds. Pretty much. Like the thing was, I sent hundreds of emails, no one cared, and then I went to, but then who was it? It was Issues. Tyler saw my photos, and I emailed the manager for Chapel. Turned out to be Tyler, and he was like, "Hey, I've seen your photos. Come out to a show maybe." And I came out to a show, and they were opening for Falling in Reverse. And
there you go.
One of my a friend of a friend invited me in. I got drunk with them, and I was like, "Hey, like, I'm here taking photos anyways. Like, you guys care if I shoot your set?" They didn't care. I sent them photos the next day, and then they flew me out to Canada on that Pierce the Veil Crown the Empire tour. And then after that, snowballed from there.
So how like time period in between you sending Falling in Reverse, right? You sent the photos the next day?
Yeah, like 24 hours later, yeah.
Oh, so literally like the next day they flew you out. They're like, hey, like...
No, okay. So I sent them the photos 24 hours later, and then they had a Canadian tour starting 2 days later, and then they said they already had somebody. It was Brendan Donahue.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was taking photos of Falling, and he had to fly out to start TMing for Motionless.
Yeah.
And so they were like, we need somebody if you want to fly out for this. And then they flew me out like 5 days later.
Damn. So like,
and then,
you got just thrown into like the ringer of touring.
Yeah. And before that, the only tours I had done were like van tours. Like the 100th tour was in a van. We slept in the hotel room together, taking turns sleeping on the floor and sleeping in the van sometimes. And then before that, I did like 3 or 4 local tours sleeping on the floor of a van.
Shit.
And then it got to that point.
Yeah, you got thrown right into it. Shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sick.
It was
because like, I mean, obviously, like, you know, got Adam L. Macias and myself and I mean Bryce Hall and a few other, you know, cats that have, you know, been in it for, you know, I mean, I just know for myself, 2010. I'm sure Adam has been in it for way longer.
Oh, like 2008, 2006.
Yeah, but like I just felt like within, well, what year was that when you first started like touring? What year was that?
The 100th thing was the end of 2017.
Okay, so
like,
only
3 years ago.
Yeah, so like it was kind of just crazy. Like obviously, like I've been, you know, touring since 2010, and then out of nowhere, there's just like all these fucking heavy hitters like yourself. I mean, even, you know, Johan Jar and all these other you know, cats. It's like, where the fuck are you guys coming from? Like,
is the Midwest blew up.
Yeah, oh, dude,
Eric and me like blew up from the Midwest,
which is fucking awesome. I love it. But I was like curious as like why I wanted to know is because like we met just because we tour and do the same thing,
and we cross paths. We play the same festival.
Yeah, but we never like we didn't. I mean, if none of us toured, we wouldn't know each other. But out of nowhere, you just like touring with these bands. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah, it was super random. And I think the thing that was weird about it all was I didn't think I was going to do that. Like it was the other day I was looking through my emails and cleaning house, and I came across 250 emails from different bands.
Damn.
Like me sending out like, hey, I want to tour, like I want to work, I want to do this. I showed you my portfolio, it's different. And everyone was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Nah,
no.
Fuck you, dude.
No. Because at the end of the day, too, for them, like, they don't know you. They don't know you.
Right, yeah. Like, hey, your work is tight, but...
They don't know who you are.
But then it goes to attest to you went to the show, the Issue show with Falling in Reverse. You drank with everyone. You met them. They got to see who you are. And you're not a fucking total, like, loser dickhead. Like,
yeah, I wasn't, like, there to, like... Because I think there's a combination of people, too, that do that stuff. And it's, like, kind of clout chasing. Because I know a couple people that were wanting that Falling in Reverse job. And I wasn't seeking it out. I got
just
asked.
Came to you, yeah.
And there were people I knew that like were trying to get that job, but they weren't. They didn't talk to them. Like it was hard. Like you can't.
Yeah.
Like you can like the band that you work for, but you can't be like like weird about it. Like,
yeah, you can't be a fucking super fan.
Yeah. Because Escape the Fate's sick. Like I remember that. You know. Like
no, they're sick.
But I'm not gonna be there like. Hey, so fucking Situations, man. Like, that was so fucking cool. Like, when you wrote that, like, back in 2008, you dude. Like, I don't.
Meanwhile, you're, like, telling me all the stats and shit. Like,
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around.
I mean, I'm telling you because it's funny now. Like, thinking. Because I remember when we went to a club and one of Ronnie's, like, friends, girlfriends or whatever, she surprised him by playing Situations in the club.
Oh, dude.
And after that, and then I looked at Ronnie. I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I don't know." And he starts singing the song to me.
Of course.
And I was like, okay, we're cool now. I don't care now.
Yeah.
And I was like, by the way, man, I love that song. He's like, oh, I love it too. I wrote it. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Dude, it's always funny when you go to it's always funny when you go to like a club a club is fine. I get that. But like I've been on tour with some bands and I think it was what tour was it? I don't know. But going to a strip club with some band, guys in bands and stuff, and there's always that one rocker chick. Then she starts playing the song of the band. And you're like, Jesus Christ! And here we go.
What told you that was okay?
Night. Like, great. Thanks for being a fan. Meanwhile, I'm just like, let's get drunk. Yeah, just a little disclaimer for anyone listening. Both of us are drinking currently and have been drinking before. So if things don't make sense or we're slurring, go fuck yourself.
That's what's happening.
Yeah,
we're drinking as we go and beforehand. So yeah, it's gonna go smooth sailing for the rest of the podcast for sure.
Wow, we'll see. I guess.
But yeah, you froze for a second. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, we're good. Also, for those listening, we are on Skype doing video. He's recording his end, but just so we can, I can see his beautiful face. So yeah, if it freezes, don't worry about it because you can't see us. But, dude, I want to talk more about this fucking Bush project, man. Obviously, what you can talk about. I know they haven't released certain things yet, but like, intense, dude. Like, such short notice. That was like, obviously, first of all, before you get too excited, I just want to say thank you again for having me a part of it. I mean,
of course,
it was. I mean, I knocked it out pretty quick, but I had such a fun time doing it. I mean,
psychotic,
obviously, yeah, dude. And I mean, that song is a banger. But everyone else, Jar, and I only know him by his Instagram. Eric, what's his
Easter Daily?
Easter Daily, yeah. I always think Easter Bunny just because I don't know. But everyone fucking crushed it.
Actual last name.
So fun watching
Easter
it.
Daily. Yeah.
So
his shit was dope. I didn't mean to interrupt. I got hyped.
No, you're
Eric's
no. I just wanted to say before you go on, like, just thank you for having me a part of it.
Yeah, of course. Like when I was. So initially, when I was given the project, he was very gung ho. Gavin called me directly.
Is that the
singer?
Okay.
Gavin Rossdale.
Okay.
He contacted me directly. Was like, yeah, man, I fucking love your work. It's brilliant. It's amazing. And
where's he from?
He's from London.
Okay.
Or England.
One of those fucking places.
Yeah. So he's from over there, overseas, and he contacted me directly. And initially, he wanted me to handle the whole thing, and I was like, cool. That was 3 weeks prior from the show, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty confident, not confident, but adamant on like completing something that someone thinks I can't do.
Yeah.
So when he was like, I want 17 song visuals, I was like, cool, I got it.
Yeah.
I was like, I got it.
Okay.
Spent a week on it, and I was like, holy shit, okay, this is a lot. And then I was having phone calls left and right with like the Volt team, the director's team, the video crew, the lighting crew. And I was like, this is a lot. This is a whole shit ton of shit that I can't handle alone. And when I was thinking of variety of visuals, Eric was the first one just because like he's my roommate. He's my brother.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's sick. Okay.
And
you just
like,
got a little creative fucking team over there.
Yeah.
Just banging out shit.
We call our apartment Shutter Island because we all do photography and stuff. Yeah.
So cheesy as fuck.
So cheesy.
But I love it. I'm down. I'm down for it.
Pun intended. Super cheesy.
Pun intended.
But,
yeah.
For sure. Yeah. So he was one I was thinking of just because he's worked with such a variety of different hardcore bands and metal bands, and his work doesn't like that scene gets shrunken down in comparison to like this like Bush and Avenged Sevenfold and stuff like that. So I wanted to make sure that like he gets his worth in. And then I was thinking, man, I need like variety. So Jar and you were like next, because like when I think of visuals that could stand on their own without the band, I think of like U3. You take away the band's music, you take away the band's aesthetics, all of y'all's editing, my
Y'all.
Kentucky accent.
Oh, dude,
y'all's.
I'm from California. I say the same thing when I text people and I say y'all. Like, I'm surprised I haven't gotten called out.
It's a
for
Cali
it.
thing too. I think it's a
guess
Cali thing too.
It's just easier,
like,
man. Put the words together, dude.
It's hard to talk, man.
Words are difficult.
Yeah, words are very difficult. We only speak English half the time, so yeah. But yeah, as far as like aesthetics and visuals go on their own, like from the individual creator, you, Jar, and Eric were like the first three I thought of. As for the Bush project, and the thing was, before I contacted any of you three, they gave me a team, and I was working with them first.
You're like, nah.
I got sent a visual,
No
and I was
disrespect,
like,
obviously, but nah.
yeah, no disrespect to them, but like they've been working in that scene, or like they've been working in a commercial setting for a few years now.
Oh, okay.
So when they make something, it's flowers on the grave. The visual I got for that was literal gravestones with flowers in it. I think I told you that when I approached you with the project, and I was like, this is.
I'm just gonna let you know right now. I can't hear you.
It's not actually like.
Oh no! I lost them.
You're not reaching for anything. Yeah. So with that being said, I was like, the manager texted me, was like, hey, are you cool with this? And I was like, not really.
Nah.
I'm going to bring my own team. And they were like, okay, cool. Like, we trust you. Texted Gavin. He's like, I trust you. You do what you need to do as long as it's your vision.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. He gave me a lot of control in that aspect. And that was my first ever creative directing like that.
Dude, that's a resume fucking...
Yeah, with Bush, like, they've been around for 25 years. I forget that, you know?
Before you keep going on, like...
Sure.
Obviously, I've heard of them before, and...
Everyone has.
Well, that's the thing. I've heard of them before. I've never listened to them before. Well, maybe I've heard the song here or there without knowing.
Oh.
Whatever. What?
Yeah.
But like when I posted about it, like even like I think who was it on my Instagram? It might have been, was it Tino? Looking real quick.
I think Tino commented and was saying something like it was iconic.
Yeah, Tino was like iconic.
Dude,
I'm like,
Bush is Jason's favorite band.
I'm like, okay. Like, I know they're big. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, like, I didn't understand, like,
me neither.
Like, aspect of, like, how big they are. Like,
I think part of it's a generation gap, too. They're from the early 90s.
100%.
Like, they started in the early 90s. We've definitely heard their songs in, like, movies and video games and stuff. And this singer is an actor, too. So you've seen him in movies. Yeah, he's in Constantine.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Idra goes.
With
What's her
Keanu,
name? Ingrid
dude?
Goes West. Yeah, with Keanu. That's why they had their song in John Wick movie. John Wick movie. I think it was the third one.
Oh, so I for sure have heard their music before.
Yeah.
What are you're gonna say another movie? What movie?
It was John Wick, Constantine, and Ingrid Goes West.
Oh, another movie I saw, and
he has another movie coming out soon. But anyways, yeah, like
Damn,
I had no idea,
That's cool.
the scale. And then when Jason told me that was his favorite band ever, that's when I was like, that's weird. Like, I wouldn't
Jason
expect
from
that.
Fever 333.
Yeah, from Fever. Like, he was the one that got me the first gig with them. Because we were playing the same festival, and Bush wanted content for the day. So Fever and Bush share management. So
that's nice.
Jason recommended me, was like, if anyone's gonna get Bush's shit down, it's Anthony. And then I did that one show, and they've stayed in touch with me since.
That's sick. So that's how you got put in contact with Bush then.
Yeah, initially. And then they've been using that as their ad mat for their new promos and stuff too. I didn't know that, but
that's sick, dude.
Yeah, and that's how I got connected with them. And then Gavin reached out to me.
I mean, hey, for the lead singer to reach out to you personally, and that's pretty tight.
So weird. He called me yesterday, because I guess preview. There's a behind the scenes short doc coming out next Friday. It's very, very short. It's very social media friendly, because I was kind of busy too busy to like get behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
But I still made one regardless. I sent that to you, so you've seen that.
I can't wait to post that, dude. Let me know because I want to post that. Do you edited everything?
Yeah, all that footage, all the B-roll, other than like you guys with your clips and visuals inside of it.
But it looks
was
so
all,
sick,
like, me.
though. Like the
Thanks,
way you
man.
like threw it together, dude. I was like, who
Thank
the
you,
fuck
man.
did this? I mean, I knew it was you, but like I had to ask. But I was like, fuck.
Thanks,
so
man.
sick.
I that means a lot because like I had a very short amount of footage, less than I wanted because I got so busy editing.
Yeah,
I was editing visuals every night, so like
fuck. Yeah.
I slept for 3 or 4 hours every night that week.
Ooh.
Yeah, because just there's too many wheels turning that whole time. So like I was having phone calls with people and managing producers and like managing directors of the whole like live stream. But yeah, like that whole thing. Yeah, the behind the scenes thing shows a little bit of like what happened in that. And yeah, Gavin called me about it. Was like, yo, man, it's fucking amazing. Like, I can't do his accent, but it's a very good Brit, solid
accent.
Central accent. I can't copy it. But
Rose again.
He called me, was like, yo, this is fucking brilliant, man. Like, this kind of like felt really epic, and I appreciate.
Can you hear me?
Like, yeah, I got you. Can you hear me? Did I cut out?
Yeah, you did. But if you're still talking, I mean, obviously you're recording your end, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's still recording on my end, I think.
All I heard was you doing the accent of him, like, oh, I love it. Like, yeah.
But he pretty much was. He just called me and he said, "Hey, I got the link to the video and photos, and it didn't feel right to text you, so I wanted to call you and say that you did a great job." And it's moments like that that make me feel good about the whole Bush thing because it was a lot of stress. That whole project. I mean, you guys got brought in a weekend from when I got involved, and even then, like they were adding shows and live streams for like Kerrang, Mexico, MTV, so that'll be out soon too. And yeah, they're just adding a lot of stuff on, and I guess at that level, it's very normal. I had a lot of guidance from Rob, who was doing production design for them before me. But Gavin wanted like a fresh face and like the youth to like, because they're trying to get, they're a generational band, so they want to sustain that youth fan base that they have now.
Yeah, they want to try and, I mean, obviously they're making new music, but they want to cater to the younger generation. So having a younger idea of like the visuals and stuff like that,
right?
Which is why you wanted to make a different team on your own besides taking the team that they had, because that team that they already had, it's a different vibe.
We've seen it already. We've seen that already.
Yeah.
Now like we need a Danny and a Jar and an Eric to pull together
Anthony,
like
bro.
visuals.
V.Tran on Instagram. Let's fucking go.
I don't want to. I hate taking credit for things. So like I just want to say how much like it mattered to have like different variety of people, and in the scene that like I feel like we get categorized as content creators a lot, and I understand that's what we are in a sense, but at the same time I feel like it undermines what we do a little bit.
I think that's just a term that kind of just puts you in a way to like, okay, this is going to sound bad, but sell yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's a term that like when you apply for something, or like I don't know, Instagram or something, content creator. It's easy. It's
yeah. It's very easy, and it's just I feel like it takes away context of like the artistic value that applies to like the work that we do.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that when we put on there, it's like visuals, art's done by.
That's cool.
Like
I did like
it
that.
It matters a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah, it matters a lot. Because the whole content creator form, like everyone's resort, like it's an umbrella term for like not just our shit, like our artistic aesthetic value, like that we add to artists that need it, but it gets categorized with like people with OnlyFans, the Instagram influencers, the YouTube influencers, the what's up guys, back with another vlog, like that type of
Damn,
people.
hey, you do that really good.
Because I used to do that, and I
shit.
hate that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Started back up, baby.
No, I'm not doing that shit. No. Well, yo, what's up, guys? I'm back with another Instagram video here to tell you how much COVID sucks. Like, no, I can't. Yeah, fucking sound effects. And
Which is funny. I have, before you go on, my board that I have for my podcast, I have an 8-channel like MIDI thing.
Love that.
Since we're going through, well, actually, oh no, I didn't sound it up. Fuck. But I do have one of those pads where it does.
Put it in post. Fix it in post. Fix it in post.
Fix it in post. Which one?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I forget which one it is. I might just have it in. Where is it?
But yeah, that whole Bush project was very stressful. It was a good opportunity. When I got approached for it, it was like shock because like I didn't realize how much weight was on it because of the band. Because like you said, like neither of us really are familiar. Mm-hmm. The same type of familiarity that they had with the kids from the 90s that are growing up with it now. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was like my first creative director gig ever. And with Fever, like they never say anything wrong with anything I make. Everything I make for them, it's always like first draft for the most part. Yeah. So they never. So I took that role on for them in a sense, but also credit to Mirko. He's the one that came up with the color palette and like their themes. But yeah, for Bush, that was like first entirety. Like I had 50-year-old men listening to me. That was weird. Yeah. So, like I'm telling a 55-year-old man, like, hey, so I think it doesn't look good this way. You should probably shift it this way. And I would turn around
he went back to his wife and like was like,
this fucking kid, this fucking this 26-year-old brat is telling me what to do. I've been doing this for 15 years.
I can't fucking take it. I can't take it.
Yeah. Like, it was weird. But I never took that for granted. I always course. Because the whole time I'm just like, I know I'm supposed to tell you guys direction, but also you guys know way more than I do.
Yeah, so you're giving your input, and you're also like asking and definitely
because I'm not
embracing their.
I'm not a light designer. Yeah. I'm not a light designer.
For sure.
I don't mess with augmented reality. I don't know how to make that. I don't know how video walls work. Essentially, like I just break it down to what it should look like at the final and at the end of the day on the live stream. So that job was that was a lot.
It fucking came together.
Yeah, with you guys coming in too, like it added so much variety. Gavin loved flowers, dude.
Yeah,
like, he fucking loved it, dude.
I'm not gonna lie, like, so obviously pressed for time. I thought I had at least like what, a week.
One more. You had like 1 or 2 more days then before I called you. And it was like, hey, they want to start rehearsing Wednesday night.
And I
told you Thursday night at the latest, I think.
Yeah, I had just gotten home from work and I started it. I took that next day off of work to work on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they need it.
Dude, I did not know.
No, all is good. But like, in a way, like obviously I turned in something to you that I was okay with. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Well, I kind of had no choice. But I was.
Well,
I was. Glad
I think I
with
told
what
you
I turned in, but
on the phone, when I was calling you about the earlier turnover rate. I was like, listen, if you aren't good with it, don't turn it in. And then I'll tell the band straight up that like this artist doesn't feel comfortable releasing the visual yet. Like I was comfortable saying that. I remember after the phone call with you, like I was talking to the manager. I was like, hey, the visual's going to come in as soon as possible, but I'm letting you know if he doesn't send me one tomorrow night, then he doesn't send one tomorrow night. Yeah. Like that's just how it is. Cause I told him what I needed, and then I gave him the responsibility to turn over something that he was proud of that I could use. Mm-hmm. That was the result at the end of the day. So, because that matters a lot in that regard.
But I'm glad glad he liked it though, because I definitely will say
he loved it. He loved it.
What saved a lot of time, and I only did this because of the time restraint.
The time,
was I kept the chorus the same pretty much, like that flashy rose, like the 3 different roses turning and shit like that. Like I was gonna try and tweak each one and do different things for everything, but like basically all I did in Premiere was like copy, paste, and then just like worked the rest of the time
transitions,
filling in the middle part. But like
I
think the most time that I spent was in After Effects creating all the different things. Yeah, in After Effects on my computer, like 2015 MacBook Pro, like boosted to the max, and it still is like chugging along. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like,
I wasn't using After Effects so heavily until that week when I was there making new visuals for them. And for my computer, just so everyone's clear, I have a MacBook Pro 2015 too. Okay. But the graphics card on it ain't shit because it's a 13-inch. So the graphics card has like 2 gigabytes of Intel processing graphics.
I think, well, so I know that I think mine's a 13-inch too, 2015. When I went to Apple, like when I bought my computer, I was like, hey, everything you guys can do to max it out. Like I got everything. Like, I think my computer was like, I don't know, like $3,500, which fuck.
When I had mine set up, it was primarily photo. Like I had just started touring. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of videos or After Effects, nothing. I'm just waiting. Now I'm waiting for the silicone-based Apple computers to come out.
The what?
So Apple announced that they're going to start creating their own chips. So it's implementing the same technology in their iPads. And technically speaking, their iPad Pros run faster than their 15-inch MacBook Pros now. It just doesn't have the same graphics capability, which is going to be the differentiator for their new MacBooks. Yeah. It's been, well, for both of us now, it's going to be 5 years and 6 years when they release that. So it's time for both of us to maybe buy in to the new MacBook.
Well, what I would really like, and I should start saving now, and maybe by the time I can afford it, it'll be cheaper. But the Mac Pro, like the desktop.
Oh, the Mac Pro.
I think, dude. I think like the starting price for that shit is like $15,000.
Yeah, I can't do it.
That's like, I mean, like
a car.
Maybe if okay, all right. If I get like a job doing like, all right, hey, you need to work with Cinema 4D and all this other shit, like then I'll be like, okay, like yeah, I'll take out a fucking loan, like let's go.
Yeah,
but
if I'm gonna do more creative directing jobs, probably not for me, the Mac Pro. But if I'm gonna do more video intensive stuff, I still have like 2 or 3 editing jobs I have to do the next month. Since like COVID's been a thing, the only jobs that we can get right now are editing jobs. So like if I'm gonna do more editing jobs though, with like touring getting canceled, I might have to think about the Mac Pro. Would you carry a display with you on tour?
Oh no. Hey,
I was gonna say
no disrespect to Jar, but I know Jar fucking did that on one tour.
Did he really?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I forget.
Warped Tour. He brought he had a display.
Yeah,
I respect him for that.
I was like, I get
it.
At the same time, like, I don't know if I'd get good sleep, like, knowing it's I think he just kept it back there. I don't know. I'd have to ask him.
I think. Well, also too, issues had the room for that and like the space for that.
Okay.
So if I had the utility, I would think about it because like. When I edit at home, I have a monitor I edit off of. Yeah. Because there's no way I'm going to edit a full like short film or like music video on my 13-inch MacBook. There's no way. There's no fucking way. You're wearing glasses. I'm wearing contacts right now. Our eyes are already so fucking bad. I'm not going to fucking add to it.
Well, so I've been thinking about getting like blue light filter glasses.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would take them off for like color grading because I guess it fucks with. It fucks with
it takes away some of the colors.
Doing that, like, because we're on the computer so much. Like,
I have a pair of glasses with that blue filter, but when I'm at my in my studio set up to like edit and stuff, I wear my contacts.
Okay.
I very seldom wear my glasses just because, especially on tour, you don't know when you want to take photos. So like, might as well just put contacts on in the middle in the morning.
That makes sense.
But when I can at home, if I don't need to edit or do anything, which is rare, I wear my glasses.
Yeah.
I wear my glasses. But yeah, for color grading and stuff, you can't wear that shit, which sucks. Is like you're hurting your eyes.
I know, right?
Super close to the screen. Like, man, this red's like not red. It's like yellow. Whatever.
Dude, my eyes fucking suck, dude.
Same.
You know what?
Same.
Hey, I'll take a shot of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Cheers, Ben. Oh.
Before we continue, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
Yeah, go for it, man. Holy Finkel. Wow. Well, Anthony goes to the bathroom. What do I talk about? Yeah, Anthony's a fucking insanely talented photographer, videographer. I'm very, very happy to have him as a friend. And the project he had me on with the Bush was very short notice, but like I'm just happy I could kind of pull through. I think if it was anyone else, like a random job where they were like, hey, like we needed to do one song in this amount of time, we need it tomorrow, I might have been a little bit more skeptical. But the fact that it's coming from a homie like Anthony, I was like, man, like I had already like the day before or something like that said like, yeah, I'll do it. Like I got you, man. Like I'm stoked to do this. But like the fact that it was him asking me, ooh, tequila burp. Oh, that's rough. Ow. The fact that it was coming from him, I was like, hey, he's got a lot going on. So I fucking got him. He's going to be back.
I tried to hold off on peeing for the longest, but this tequila goes straight
you're
through
good.
you.
You're good. I had a gnarly tequila burp.
Oh,
Dude,
word.
no, it was gnarly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel me then. You feel me.
Yeah.
I almost resorted to peeing in a bottle just so I could feel something. Just like I was on tour.
Honestly, dude, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to tell you. Actually, I'll just tell you.
Go for
the
it.
The podcast I had with Bryce Hall,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely,
Love Bryce.
I muted my mic and I pissed and like, yeah. Like I
kind of miss it, man. I kind of miss it.
I had this like big ass mason jar. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening. Yeah, I had this big ass mason jar and the shitty part was, well, actually not shitty. It's just funny. I like semi hire my brother to do like my podcast engineering stuff, like to Google and all the other shit. And like,
cool.
He's across the table and I mute my mic. So while Bryce is talking, I'm just like, and well, the thing is, all right. I killed a 6-pack of beer, like during the
Oh yeah.
during the podcast.
I mean, dude,
so I was just like,
beers
dude, like,
get me pissing.
Like, fuck, like I can't, like, I could have easily just walked away and like for this, like you went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I could have cut it, but I talked a little bit. I tried to say some sweet things, but then you came back and cut me off. It's okay. Don't worry.
Sorry. My bad.
Yeah, you're fucking bad,
next
dude.
time, if I get a little bit of warning, I'll just like break away from it.
No, you're good. But I was like, fuck, like I can't hold this, dude. Like, I just gotta go. And I was like, oh, like, you know, you're drunk. You think of stupid things to do. So I like looked to my right, this big, like, I'm talking like massive mason jar. I was like, all right.
I'll ask you this: what was the worst, if you can remember, what was the worst venue bathroom experience you've had?
Damn, there's so many.
Oh, so fucking many. I feel like the Midwest is the worst for it.
I'm just gonna say the first one that comes to my mind because there's, damn it, there's so many. I think it's in Seattle. There's a venue right by an REI.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what the name is?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't remember, but 100th played there.
I don't think it's in place anymore. I think it got, like, with COVID and shit, like, it got shut down.
Okay, half these venues are shut down now, for sure.
But for anyone listening, I know it's, like, literally across the street from REI.
Yeah.
I know there's a Subway, like, a little bit around the corner. It's the one that has, like, these two random-ass poles on stage.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, they have a basement, right?
Do they?
That like was kind of a green room.
No,
They
it's
make.
like upstairs.
Oh,
It's
okay.
tiny as
Okay, I'm
shit.
thinking of something else then. Okay. Okay.
But the thing is, like, I can like in my head, like I can visualize some like shitty ass bathrooms, but I can't remember like where they are, what name. But that's just like the first one, and it's the public restroom too. Like not like
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't
Green room
know.
restrooms are different.
Okay.
Like people barely ever touch those in the first place, but the venue itself bathroom is crazy sometimes.
You ever see
I just
some glory holes, dude? I've never seen one.
glory hole.
Yeah, you ever seen one?
No,
I've never seen one.
I've never
I'm
seen
kind of
one at a
upset.
venue.
I'm
You haven't
kind
seen
of
one at a
upset.
venue?
Yeah.
I'm sure they're in a green room bathroom.
Not
We
that I
just
would.
didn't
Hey,
notice.
just to clarify, not that I would fucking use it, but I'm just saying, like, I'm kind of upset. Like, you and me both have seen some terrible, terrible
Oh, dude,
public restrooms. At
human
venues.
feces just laying there.
Oh, dude,
like on a drain.
Hey, I'm close to San Francisco. Like, I can just go to
God,
San Francisco
yeah.
and see human shit.
Colorado, dude.
Yeah,
Colorado.
really?
Denver, yeah. I still
What venue?
it was downtown, I think it was. I remember it was on the 100th where we pulled up, and a couple of bands had already showed up and like pulled their gear out to get ready to like load in. And there was this homeless guy like taking a shit. And and when we pulled up, he was like walking away, and one of the bands was like, "Yeah, man, he's just been smearing shit everywhere." And he was like wiping his ass and smearing it on different cars. And I was like, "Oh, that's fucking weird." Whatever. We turn around. We had a football, so we were like tossing it around to like pass time. And then somebody
Did the football
overthrew
hit the fucking shit?
It overthrew in the homeless guy's direction.
No.
And he like grabbed the football like full
No.
handed, threw it. And I was like, don't catch it. And Alex almost caught it. He was the guitarist. He almost caught it and like looked down, and there was like, we just bought that football at Walmart like the day prior. And, and there was human shit on it. And when he was like backing away from it, he stepped in that guy's shit that was in the alley. Yeah. With his new white Vans.
Oh, well, at least they're Vans. Like,
White Vans?
no, but
white Vans.
Okay, I know. Believe me, like, my name is, Daniel. Back at it again with the white Vans.
Yeah.
But,
like, at least it wasn't expensive shoes.
Well, that's
like,
that's my point. Like, at least they're not like some like Air Force
Off-white
Ones or
some
off.
weird
Yeah,
shit,
like off white Nike, like $700 pair.
Also, Virgil's canceled, by the way.
I did listen to a podcast of that, but I don't know too much about that shit.
Oh, about him? He made an album artwork for Pop Smoke, who is like, after listening to his album, I don't know if you follow Pop Smoke or like that whole thing, but he passed away earlier this year, I think, or maybe even later last year. But the album artwork Virgil release was like some of the weakest Microsoft Paint looking shit I've ever seen. It was very disrespectful.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not like too well versed in that.
No,
I don't
no.
even know, to be honest, like who you're actually talking about. Like
Pop Smoke?
Yeah.
He's a rapper that has like the gritty dirt rap like he reminds me of 50 Cent a lot.
Okay.
Except for this generation now.
Just leave it to 50, dude. Just leave it
Dude,
to 50.
now, listen to
is he
the well
good?
50
Is he good?
found him. 50 found him.
Oh, so he's
So he's 50
okay.
endorsed.
So
50 endorses
he's legit
him.
then. Yeah.
Yeah, he's legit. He's like really dope. He has 50 Cent on like a couple songs. Like he's legit.
Okay.
And he died before turning 21. He were to turn 21 like this past week.
Damn.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
But yeah, Virgil released album artwork, and like the fans hated it so much that the label and management was like, hey, out of respect for Pop Smoke, he listened to fans, so if you guys don't like the album artwork, we're gonna redo it. And they went with someone else.
Damn. So like people are hating on it because it's like he didn't really put in.
It wasn't good.
Effort to it.
You can Google whenever you get the chance. Google it, and you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna do it right now.
I couldn't.
What can I search?
Yeah,
Just search.
Pop Smoke, Virgil Abloh.
Pop Smoke.
Exactly how it sounds. Also, cheers. We'll take another shot real quick.
Looking this up right now. Is it the one with like barbed wire and shit like that?
Yeah, barbed wire and diamonds. It looks like someone photoshopped and painted
Like that would look cool
Drake's.
if it was like a music video and that was like the CGI or something like going
It
across.
wasn't though.
No, but like
it looks
that's fucking tacky. Like at least take a photo of real barbed wire.
If you Google Pop Smoke, that's the first photo in Google search.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen.
That's what
to
I'm
him,
saying.
though. He's got good.
He's
shit.
dope.
Yeah.
He's dope.
He looks
He's
like a
probably
serious rapper for sure.
He
kind of looks like he could be 50 Cent's son.
I mean, you hear him talk, it sounds like that.
Really?
You hear him rap, it sounds like. I thought it was 50 when I first listened to it. I was like, "There's no way this is him talking right now or him rapping right now."
Damn, I'm gonna have to check out his stuff.
Yeah, it's dope.
I've never, literally
fan.
never heard of him before.
Pop Smoke. Yeah, me neither. Until this album, the whole controversy
You're like, I'll check
came
it
out.
out. I'll check it out.
And I was like, okay, if like management's cool enough to discredit an artist, a visual artist, because the fans hated what they released in accordance with that artist, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give this guy a chance. Management respects him that much, and then I've been listening to it nonstop since.
So it's pretty tight. Yeah, it's pretty tight.
It's a great hip hop record. Probably one of the best ones I've listened to since. I don't know, fucking. Not a lot of good rap records this past year. I've been listening to.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Harry
like,
Styles.
Okay, well, okay, so we'll start that off. So you're listening to Harry Styles. Like, what's your
Pop
like?
Smoke.
Actually, so okay, well, this is probably the same, but like everything I listen to.
Wait, before you have to
is
take
the
a shot
same.
with me beforehand. Before we do this.
All right, bro.
All right.
Yeah, shot.
We can't tour and do this, so we had to do it on here.
Oh, that got over my leg.
That all went up in there. Whew.
Ooh. So like,
But yeah,
when you're editing, what's like? Obviously, it's different for video. Actually, well, I know for a fact that like when I edit video, there's a little bit of time. Well, that's After Effects, but like editing in general, like, do you have like music that you go to? Like, what's that first album that you're like, all right, start this fucking bitch off right. Let's fucking do this shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
My
the
process
tequila's
starts
hitting hard.
Yeah,
baby.
the tequila's hitting hard. I'm still drinking, so I can't do this on tour, so I have to do it now.
Hey, wait, hold that thought real quick. I'm gonna grab a Truly real quick because
go for it.
I'm at this point just drinking straight tequila.
I drank straight shots until now, so I'm feeling you, dude.
All right, one second.
Go for it. Yeah. You're good. I want to give a huge shout out to Danny because this podcast is dope.
What are you talking shit?
I'm talking positive things
shit,
actually.
bro?
Talking about how having the Bush project be handled by me, Eric,
Oh, it's all about
Danny,
you,
and
dude.
Jar
It's all about you,
is
man.
like, dude,
No,
the
just kidding.
combination.
Okay.
No. I just gotta say it though.
No, sorry,
Like,
continue.
I want people to know that the variety of the visuals was brought because of these three, including me. And it mattered a lot that I wanted these three people. And I'm hoping, like, I want it to be more inclusive and not more like how people put, like, we undercut each other a lot in this community, and I want to take away that and be like, no, we're just doing this together. You know? Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, dude, tequila burp, man.
It hurts, man. It's not fun.
I wish I had Minute
It's fun,
Maid.
but it's not.
I wish I had some of that Minute Maid. Damn.
Minute. Oh, dude, this helps for sure. I'm gonna have a really terrible hangover though, but it's fine.
Well, what do you have to do tomorrow?
Edit, and I'll start at 1 p.m. and I have to do laundry again, but it's fine.
You're chilling.
What were we talking?
Yeah,
music, right?
Music. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I start my process when editing, I usually like listen to the song or whatever the soundtrack is for the video first, and then like cut that first. After that, my go-to, honestly, is movie soundtracks.
So, like,
excuse me.
When you go into like photo and stuff like that,
I'm listening to the Social Network soundtrack.
really,
The Last Black Man in San Francisco soundtrack. I listen to The Blaze, Gorillaz, anything that really has a progressive beat, but the vocals don't distract a lot. Because I love vocals a lot, so I don't want it to distract me.
So that goes, like I said, just for photo as well, right? Like you like listening to
yeah. Like I'll listen to the Social Network soundtrack any given day while working.
I'm gonna write that down real quick.
It's like, Trent Reznor and David Fincher and what's the other?
Social media. Oh wait, what was it called?
Atticus Finch or Atticus Ross.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, because like Atticus Finch. There we go. Because like I love Nine Inch Nails, and Trent Reznor has released a lot of music for soundtracks of movies I love, and my ear has always caught attention to the soundtracks, and it helps me focus. Like especially Social Network, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, it just helps me focus. It's very very like pacing. Yeah, it keeps the pace. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to give that a try. Usually I just like go for, I mean, whatever I listen to, like from. Actually, I think when I started doing,
I try to avoid that just because like
I must have had that new "Bring Me" song on like repeat so many like it'd almost be like, all right, started with the new "Bring Me" track. Was it Parasite Eve or some shit?
Parasite
like that?
Eve, yeah.
Parasite Eve. Start
good
with
song,
that.
solid song,
dude.
Such a good song.
Ooh, I can't.
Yeah,
they're one of the bands that I don't know what, like, they put an album out. I'm like, where are you gonna go from here? Like, how are you gonna top?
You don't know.
But that's the fucking beauty of it. But
yeah, like, it's them and 21 Pilots. As much like they get so much love, but so much hate at the same time. But they've definitely bridged that gap where like the alt press bands can like make way to that scene. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I feel like they deserve more credit for that stuff. But yeah, like Parasite Eve, that last record, that's the last record, Ammo. It's so good.
For sure. Let's see, what do I got on here? Good.
I still remember that tour. Like everyone hated that record with Grimes. Everyone hated it.
Fuck them.
Oh, dude, it's such. I loved that they turned the venue into a nightclub for 5 minutes. It was so sick.
Oh, for sure.
It was so sick.
So I'm looking through my recently played. So like, and while I'm at work, I listen to like kind of the same shit that I listen to while I edit. But we got Polyphia.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, that's a good
instrumental. I think you just got you start like at your computer, start like dancing around.
You can just feel
like,
it. Yeah. You don't have to pay attention. Yeah.
You know, you got Wage.
It's such a good record.
War. I'm a huge fan of
Wage War.
Logic.
Logic,
the rapper.
Okay, yeah. One of my boys is on that new album.
Really? Fuck, the one that just released.
Yeah. His supposedly his last record. Yeah, I think it's track.
He'll fucking come back. He just got a kid, so
I think it's track 5 that he's on.
Track 5.
Let me see.
Oh, track 5 says open mic Aquarius 3.
Yeah, I think it's open mic Aquarius 3.
Okay,
I think it's that song.
I'll check that out.
It was produced by someone local here in Kentucky. Let me make sure I get his right producer name.
And then a lot of The Neighborhood.
Oh, fucking love The Neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
I'm very curious to see where they go next.
I will say, I had him on my podcast, and I actually went to high school with him. My good buddy, who's a photographer, who fucking crushes it.
Sick. Love that.
Justin Bettman. Shout out to Justin.
Justin Bettman. I'm gonna follow him real quick.
Yeah, do it. He does a lot of shit for like GQ. I mean, like a bunch.
See, that's where I want.
He's doing a bunch of shit.
I want to shoot like fashion editorials more. Like I want.
Oh, I can see you doing that for sure, dude.
My ideal scenario, man, is like to have a Bowie character. Like I want that for Fever so much. Where like when I do editorials with them, like I want them dressed in drag. I want them dressed in like
some crazy shit.
Yeah, like weird shit. Like Terry Richardson, just not creepy. You know, like. like that kind of style, because I feel like a rejuvenation in that stuff in this scene right now would be needed.
I agree.
Justin Bedman, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I'm following.
Yeah, he's got some. He's just. He's a fucking wizard.
Bangers.
He's got.
These photos are sick.
He's a fucking wizard, dude. And like, I talked about it on our podcast together with him, and he showed me. This is high school, you know.
Yeah.
10. This was not senior year, so like, probably like 12, maybe 12 years ago, 11, 12 years ago. He showed.
Wait, how old are you, Danny?
I'm 28.
28. Okay,
So
only a couple years. Okay,
he showed me HDR.
Really? That's crazy.
And him and I were like, at that time, like doing HDR was okay. I'm gonna say like, quote unquote, hot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
But like we were.
It was a new thing. It was a new thing.
Fucking cranking HDR to the fucking max. It's looking back on it, it's cringeworthy, dude. It's fucked.
I mean,
but
yeah,
it's insane to see.
It was a new thing. It's just like with any new thing, like the whole 4K. The whole 4K cropping and stabilizing thing.
Yeah.
It's over. I feel like people rely on it, those new trends a lot. It happens with any trend in video, photo, art wise. It's gonna happen for like 6 to 8 months of like everyone doing it. So like I don't think it's not really cringy. It's just like a process of like a new asset in that world. So you guys using HDR for like a crazy amount is like not. It's fine. It's all fine.
I'll try to remember to send you some of the photos that we took, but like it was kind of insane. But the fact that like I went to high school with him, good friend, and like now he's doing like, I mean, you saw his page like very briefly.
I just saw his page. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, he's doing like shit for GQ, like doing stuff for what is the
like Esquire, some shit like that, like or Dazed,
probably. Fuck, what's his name from the Netflix show Stranger Things? Hopper?
No, he did not. He did portraits.
Yeah.
Of Hopper.
He did some like. Oh yeah, go look at your fucking phone, bro. Oh fucking hell.
He did portraits of Daniel Radcliffe. Fuck.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, the dude is the next. Honestly, all right, so one of my biggest influences that is like a celebrity is Annie Leibowitz. And I probably said it. Annie Leibowitz?
Leibowitz.
Leibowitz?
Okay.
Leibowitz?
That sounds familiar.
But
Leibowitz
I
is hard to like not pinpoint.
She is like insane. Look it up. I'll send you like some links. But I think for him, like the way he shoots and the way he can... Dude... He is the one that showed me how to use studio lighting.
Okay, word.
And Annie Leibowitz, I'm probably saying it wrong, like I said, is the next, like he is the next Annie Leibowitz. Like the newer age. I'm like, fuck, dude. He's fucking killing it. And he does these things called set in the streets. Where he makes like a set in the streets.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just at Justin Bettman, right?
I followed him, so I'm going to check out his page.
I'm going to plug him real quick.
Yeah, do it.
For all the millions of people listening. I think it's just Justin Bettman. Yeah. Justin Bettman.
Well, this is more promo for Bush. You can cut this out. This is more promo for Bush. So if I sent this to them, they'll probably post it on their fucking page.
I'm not cutting shit out. The only thing I'm cutting out is when we have a little...
Go pee.
Go and pee and stuff like that.
If we get too drunk and slur too much.
Slur it up.
Slur it up? Okay. My Kentucky accent's going to come out on accident.
Wait, so have you had some like legit moonshine then?
Yeah, for sure. I remember going to like a party when I was like 21. This does not condone underage drinking, by the way. But, you know, I was like a kid and I went to a party and someone made moonshine for the party. Like they made it, which is super risky. It's not safe. You can go blind.
Oh, well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I had actual moonshine. I wasn't hallucinating, but I definitely felt like I had taken drugs. No, some people have said they've hallucinated.
Well, those are fucking liars.
They're lying. I didn't hallucinate, but I just remember it was like the same feeling I got when I was like, quote unquote, maybe smoking weed or something.
Just really fucking drunk.
Yeah, I was just really drunk.
Are you confused?
But I wasn't like
absinthe?
hammered. Absinthe? I had that in Glasgow.
Did you had the, was it the green fairy?
I don't.
No, I'm not saying like a name. I'm just saying like I think that's what they call like in general. Like I'm not saying like a name brand or whatever. But
I was in Prague and we had a day off, and I found an absinthe bar, and I just asked for a drink of absinthe, and they just gave me like a basic ass one. I don't know anything about it. I was just kind of like, I need to try this. Yeah. And they gave me a shot of it, and then I don't know. I felt like I didn't feel like anything crazy. I just felt really drunk, but not like not like drunk like slouching or I was just kind of like feeling good. Yeah,
like I can fist pump right now, bro.
Yeah, I can fist bump right now. Like I saw some like fucking lacrosse players like at Prague. I could probably like bro it up with them real quick.
Yo. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's up, bro? What's up? Yeah, I could totally do that for 5 minutes.
But going on,
I've been told I'm kind of broy when I get drunk.
Yeah, moonshine.
But yeah, with moonshine. I remember moonshine is definitely something.
I remember being on tour with the Mice and Men, and this was before Fever 333, I believe. Yeah. But do you know who Lonnie is, right? The drummer? He was in Let Live.
Never met him. Wait. I might have met him because he came onto a show. But yeah.
He used to be Tequila. Used to be the drum tech for of Mice and Men. He played in Let Live.
Okay.
But this was a Mice and Men tour. I forget which tour it was, but our bus driver, I think he used to live in Tennessee or does live in Tennessee. I don't know. But the bus driver's friend lived in like the back cuts of Tennessee or something like that, and made like legit moonshine. So we got
that's like amazing.
We got like 3 legit mason jars. One was like White Lightning. The other one, I think I've talked about this before on my podcast. I forget who it was, but like one was White Lightning, one was like mango and something else, and the other one was just straight strawberries. And honestly, the stuff is really easy to drink, but
it's dangerous how easy it is to drink.
You'll go fucking blind. Yeah, but yeah. I remember being in the front lounge of the bus, and I think we were parked at like a service station because our bus had like to be worked on. And Lonnie and I were like, "Hey, let's eat a strawberry." So like, and they're not little bitch ass strawberries. They're like the the big ass, like thick with 3 C's strawberries. Like,
yeah.
And we both ate one. And like, I don't know about him. I'm not going to speak for him, but like, I ate that strawberry and like,
took you another world. Takes you another world. You feel like you're floating.
You can be drunk, but you eat a fucking moonshine strawberry, you're about to be. You're on borderline like Kentucky fucked up. Like that's what that is. Like Midwest Southern fucked up. I can see why some of those people like that start drinking or making it like regularly, like they get stuck on it. It's like it's a different kind of drunk too. You're fully aware. At least for me, I was fully aware of what I was doing, but I was just not giving 2 shits about what I was doing. Of course.
I was just like, I was like, fuck it, This was also at the cusp of touring with Falling in Reverse, so I like wasn't giving a fuck about anything at the time. So
yeah, of course.
That was a whole experience, like not caring about anything.
Yeah. So for you, I want to, besides photo, video, your new IMDb profile as, creative director, because you're a hotshot now.
Not a hot shot. But thank you. I appreciate whatever. The kind words.
What's something that you want to do?
Do?
Yeah, because I know what I want to. Well, okay.
Okay, you tell me what you want.
No, dude. Fuck you. I asked first, bro.
Okay, I'll answer.
Like, what's something like
what
I'll fucking tell you whether it happens or not. I don't know, but like, besides like the creative world, like, is there something that you want to do? Like, we're both young. What's something you want to do like down the road, whether it's after retirement, whatever. Like,
I want to direct a documentary, like full blown, hour and a half long documentary.
Any idea about what?
Fever would be the first, for sure. I've already started.
See, that's the fucking thing, dude. You already started.
Yeah, like I've already released a Euro like tour doc, which is like 15 minutes long, and I was like very happy with it, but also I know I'm still amateur, you know. And with Falling in Reverse, I released like a 25-minute doc on them for one tour. And so my end goal is to release like a full-blown music documentary.
Okay.
And then after that, I want to do my own short film, like my own story. I do director of photography, I direct, and then I get like makeup artists, stylists, like the whole
for what
nine.
though? For what?
For
just like whatever.
I'd like for whatever I feel like
when it
is
comes
relevant. Yeah. Like I want it to be an artistic endeavor without any attachment to like a music act or anything. Like I want it to be like its own thing.
Okay, so basically you're saying like watch out for Anthony Tran on Netflix.
Yeah, I want that. That's essentially what I want. I want like to release a short documentary or like a 3-4 episode series.
3-4, bro? Fuck, come on, more than that shit. Come on, like I know you got more.
No,
in
like
the bank.
Each episode's like an hour long. It's a lot, man. You know it.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Directing and editing an hour. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead. You're good. Go ahead.
No, just saying, like, what would, like, obviously I'm sure by the time you do that, it'll maybe change, but, like, what would you want to make that doc about?
Just because it's my own personal experience, I kind of want to do a short film or documentary on, like, not myself, but, like, growing up as an Asian American and as a first generation Asian American.
Okay.
It might not be Asian American, maybe like just firstborn American for immigrant. Because there's been supplemental films on the LGBTQ community, and there's been a couple films on like the Asian community or immigrant living. I feel like maybe I can add more. Like I kind of want to keep going with that and like add a little bit, because I'm going to give you a random anecdote here from a Fever tour. So we were touring in Europe and we had shared shows with Tool. Eric is a huge fan of Tool. Jason and Stevis both like Tool. Emphasis on Eric loving them. But we had played a few festivals. I've watched them like 3 or 4 times that year. And the last festival day was in Spain. And they had watched the Fever set. They watched all of us do our thing. And so we hung out the end of the night. They came to us in our rickety ass van out of their 2-decker buses. Yeah. We're like, hey, can we like sit down and hang out with you guys and like have a drink or something?
You're like, fuck yeah.
And the bassist was hanging out with us, and his wife came up to me, was like, a fucking Asian rock star. I fucking love you. You're fucking amazing. And I was like, at first I felt like it was condescending, just because for me, any comment or relation to like my ethnicity in the context of like rock and roll or like the scene, it feels condescending. It's never in admiration. It's always in kind of derogatory, which is not intentional. It's just like the state of America as it is now, like I feel like different ethnicities don't get taken as well, especially in that scene. It's a very white male dominated scene, you know? So it's just how it is. It's not a big deal. But that's why I want to go to this point. But and she was telling me like, I don't mean that in a weird way. I was fostered by a Japanese family. And let me ask you this. What do your parents know about what you do? And I had no answer. I was just kind of like, they don't know what I do. And she said, no, not really. Like, I tell them I take photos and videos and tour, but they don't understand what that means. They just think I follow artists and like take photos of them. They don't understand that like when I travel with them, I'm like designing stuff for their album release, or like you get like making a visual concept for them.
Of course, yeah.
That fits like that tour or like that album cycle. So they look at it like it's a hobby or something. And so she was emphasizing that with me. She's like, they don't know what you do, right? And I was like, no, not really. Yeah. And I'm Vietnamese, and there's no Vietnamese people that I know of in this scene. So she was kind of telling me like, well, I want you to know that I appreciate you and I value you as a Vietnamese American person working in the scene. And I was like,
that's cool.
That made me like tear up. And I was like, I love that. Like, thank you for acknowledging that, because I never thought I needed that to be acknowledged. Because, well, like I'm in this scene, this white man's scene, I'm just going to take what I get. But it shouldn't be that way. It should be like me coming in to take a piece of the pie that I've wanted to work in. Yeah. Nothing more than that. No race involved. So in that regard, after she talked to me about that, I was like, maybe I want to go more that route and like express more of the like growing up in America as an like Asian American. I think that's like very important. Just as important as like any films that talk about LGBTQ members that like grow up in like a society that doesn't accept them regularly. And so I kind of want to revolve around that concept. I don't know what exactly. It might not be the music scene. It might be it might be the mic working. Okay. No, it might be good. You're good. Yeah. It could be in the community, like within the community. I don't know yet. It's definitely something that's been in the back of my mind since I started, since that conversation, I mean, last year. But yeah, that's what I want to end up. I want to make like a short film.
Some of your drive would be from like obviously doing what you're doing, of course, and you're fucking killing it, of course. But kind of like prove to your parents, and you said you're Vietnamese tequila. Sorry.
Vietnamese. Yeah. It's all good.
Tequila, dude. Vietnamese. Tequila. But like, not only to yourself, but like to do things that you love to do, but to prove to your parents and everyone else that like, hey, like this is where we're at. Like
we can do more. Like, we can do like my mother has worked at a nail salon since she's had me, and the rest of my family, half of them do that or like do what my aunt does programming and engineering. So like she does software and coding. Okay. But that's like not to sound insensitive, but it's kind of cliche. Like it's kind of expected. Okay. And I've always felt like a outlier in that regard. So I kind of want to emphasize the fact that like there's a lot of Asian people in this scene that people don't recognize. There's a huge community for it, and these gatekeepers and stuff need to get taken away from that. And I want to be able to represent that some way. Not to say I'm big enough to do that, but I want to be the start of that.
Well, I think you're on that route to do some important stuff that could impact.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Bigger than that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're working for not Let It Live.
Fever. Fever. Yeah.
I was thinking of what we were talking about earlier. Fever 333, which they also have a massive impact on. Well, they have a very political standpoint.
They're very inclusive. They're very adamant on making sure people remember how inclusive they are.
Yeah. And then now you're doing, what was the title for Bush that you said? Just say it again.
What's that? Oh, creative director for Bush.
Creative director, my boy. Yeah, dude. Fuck.
It's so
Hold it
weird.
down, dude.
Never thought.
I don't know. I'm sure your fucking parents are super fucking proud of you.
They have no idea that happened.
What, dude? Oh, man. Well, I hope
They don't-
they're proud
they
of you.
thought-
I'm sure they are, but let them know what's up.
I don't
Let 'em know
talk to
what's
my
up.
father I don't talk to my father anymore, but my mom, she has no idea what's going on. Like,
Let
at
her
all.
know. Let her know what's up.
I've told her. She just doesn't. It doesn't. Again, in their mind, unless they see the money from it, they don't care. And like I made money, but like it wasn't like. They definitely want me to be like an engineer still. Like they still think that's in the cards for me.
But, I mean, you're doing what you fucking love, so whatever, dude.
I'm happy. Like I've donated a good portion of my money. Like I don't keep it ever. Like I don't ever like I made zines and I sold out of those. Shout out to the people that bought that. Like I made limited zines and they sold out in like under 48 hours.
Damn,
and
dude.
I'm getting requests from Russia and Europe to reprint those, but
Dude,
I'm not
that's
getting
sick.
I'm not doing. So like I sold all of those and I didn't keep a single dime and I matched the like, I don't it's really weird for me to get money for my art. Like I feel weird about it. So I always feel better like giving it to other people. Like the Bush money, like I paid you, Eric, and Jar to help with that stuff, but I'm gonna end up using some of that money to make more zines. More zines, by the way. But only exclusive to different continents, which is crazy.
Isn't
and
that
I'm gonna
fucking-
donate.
the
I'm
fact
not
that you
keeping that
said-
money neither.
No, the fact that you said like expand to different continents.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
sick,
I was
though.
getting Asia and Europe are the two continents. Like I'm gonna do exclusive releases just for those two.
That's cool.
No more United States.
Cool.
But yeah, like I'm not keeping any of that money. They're like they're gonna pay me up front for the orders, but I'm donating all that money because I don't need it. I don't care about that stuff. I'm rambling now, but like
No, you're good, dude. You're good.
yeah, that stuff I'd never really that's why it's so weird to me that my parents or my mom in particular is so sensitive on the money stuff. Like
Well,
I'm
I mean,
comfortable. I'm comfortable,
I mean,
you know, like
I can understand, like
well, they worked so hard their whole
Yeah.
lives. They want to make sure I don't have to do that. But
man,
I
you're
don't
doing
need a
fucking
lot.
big shit. Like you're fucking good, dude. Like you're fucking
Thanks,
chilling,
man.
Like, nah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you're one of the biggest people that I know in the music industry doing
Oh,
band
thanks, man.
stuff. So
I'd
it's
never
like,
think that, but
it's
thank
insane,
you.
man. Well, yeah, I mean, like no one ever thinks it of themselves, but
Yeah.
you're doing fucking big shit. You're fucking talented as fuck.
I appreciate that, man. The tequila's talking heavy right now, but I appreciate it.
Yeah,
man.
the tequila, man. Yeah. Hey, I'll cheers to that, bro.
Cheers. Yeah, cheers. I'll
Oh,
finish
I think
mine.
that went on my phone, but whatever.
It's fine. We're trying to get this to Joe Rogan level, right?
Hey, Joe Rogan. Oh, no. Hey, Spotify. Hit me up.
Spotify.
Hit me up, Spotify. Dude,
Well,
hey.
Spotify, just listen. You're getting Bush streamers to listen to this. So, like,
Dude.
and Fever and Of My Cement streamers. So,
Dude,
like,
do
benefits
you know,
everyone.
so last night I had a dream. Because I mean, I don't, there was only one podcast that I was nervous about. And it was like a Bay Area, like San Jose Sharks hockey team, A's, like
Yeah.
Brody Brazil. Like he did like the live broadcasting on TV, live TV. Had him on my podcast.
Weird.
Like,
So weird.
dude, I sound so drunk. I'm sure it's so great. Fuck it, whatever. But anyways, my dream last night, I had and this is so weird. Like, I had one dream, but it was like two different guests. So it was, my dream was of podcasts, which is fucked.
Okay.
So
that's cool though. Okay.
My first guest was Dax Shepard.
Dax Shepard. Who does he work for primarily?
Dax Shepard. He's a movie star.
Is he a movie star?
Yeah.
I feel
hey,
like
look him up
an
real quick.
editor I know
Look him
that's
up.
named Dax.
Dax Shepard. Yeah, look him up real quick. You for sure have seen him in a movie.
Oh, speaking of editors, I just want to say fucking Gibson Hazard is the standard right now.
No,
100%.
no. Don't make him the standard because we're all fucked. I'm
just saying.
We're all fucked if you make him the standard. We're
but
fucked.
That's what we had to reach for.
Like,
and he's 21.
No,
he's 21.
No, please retract that. We're not the. He's not the standard.
No, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just letting everyone know
Gibson Hazard gets
how much effort we have to put in is how much he does. Is what I'm saying.
Hazard is
it's not fair,
dude.
I've been following him since his first tour with Famous Dex and Little Pump. Like that was 3 years ago, and he gets an article for Rolling Stone. I didn't mean to sidetrack there. I'm just gonna say.
No, you're good.
He deserves every bit of recognition.
Shout out to
for
Gibson,
a 21-year-old and
Gibson. I can't even fucking talk. Tequila.
Dude,
I'm not even
Sponsored
mad
by
that
tequila.
like we're like. Well, actually, I'm stumbling over my words, but yeah.
Dax Shepard. Oh, okay.
All right. So I had a dream.
I know
of
who you're
him.
talking about now. Yeah.
So I had a dream doing a podcast with Dax Shepard, and everything was going wrong. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, like, I don't know what culture it is, but like the super short tables where you sit on pillows and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if there's a term for it or not.
I don't either. That's why I didn't say it.
Yeah, it's fine.
But like,
it's fine.
we were sitting at a table that was like maybe 2 feet high, and like, it was me, my brother, who I like hired on to do my podcast shit, and Dax, and everything was fucking going wrong, and like, I can't remember like all the details, but like, the fact that I can't even remember that I did a podcast with
Dude, good on
Dax
you.
Shepard.
I don't remember any of my dreams. Any of my dreams.
Everything was going fucking wrong, and I kept like apologizing, but we kept going like through the podcast, and like it was fun. He was like kind of getting like irritated and shit like that, and then out of nowhere, just boom. Podcast, same table, my brother, same everything, but with Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn, I didn't know who he was, and then I stumbled upon a surprise guest spot he did at the LA Comedy Club. Do you know what I'm talking about? The stand-up comedy club?
Yeah.
So the guy that's canceled, Chris D'Elia, was headlining. Fuck. Me and my boy Anthony, who used to drum for Falling in Reverse, we went to that, and we ended up at a Theo Vaughn set.
Fuck. Sick.
He was a secret set, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" And I was laughing that guy is the most intelligent. He calls himself a hillbilly. Like he's like the most intelligent like hillbilly.
The way he talks is just so
out
there.
It's
like,
so funny, but
he's so southern.
He's the most not liberal. I don't want to say liberal, but he's the most conscious white American I know. Like hearing him talking podcasts and stuff, he's very self-aware. But anyways, Theo Vaughn, your dream with Theo Vaughn.
No, it was just like
shout out.
I mean,
Theo
it kind of goes back to the same thing with my podcast with
the podcast,
with
Dax Shepard.
I definitely forgot it.
Tequila, sponsored by Jose Cuervo
and Casamigos.
Yeah.
My podcast in my dream, my podcast with Dax Shepard did not go well. But the one with Theo Vaughn, it was like, hey man, we gotta move the table real quick. Like, we gotta move over by here. We gotta like move shit. Like, hey, hey man, like, hey, come over here. Oh shit, hey, things aren't working right. All right. Hey, oh shit, it's not working. All right.
Honestly, I wouldn't expect any less from him particularly.
Dude, I would love Theo Vaughn on my podcast. That would be shit.
I feel like he'd be open to it. He still does his own, right?
Yeah.
He still does
listened to
his.
it this past weekend.
I haven't kept up. Last time I listened to it was when he was acknowledging the Chris D'Elia situation, which was like 3 weeks ago.
Fucking weird, dude.
Yeah. Also, Chris D'Elia, you played a pedophile in 2 TV shows. Get a grip with your life, bud.
I know, right? Fuck.
Fucking disgusting. Anyways, don't fuck kids is the message here. Don't fuck kids.
Yeah.
Like, be a grown man. Don't be creepy and do stupid shit like that. Also, just be a decent human being. Like, don't do that. That's so wrong.
So I gotta ask, like,
Anyways,
what's your opinion on this whole? I mean, because I hear it every day. What's your opinion on, like, the whole cancel culture? I can't talk, but
Cancel culture. Yeah.
Cancel culture.
My opinion on it is that, like, it's definitely something that gets needed when it comes to speaking out on problems that don't get resolved. Like, I think that's right. But like, especially the Austin Carlisle situation that happened recently. Alt Press didn't publish articles. That's when it took to the extent for the victims to express it online. That's when I think it matters. But for the most part, I believe that if we're going to have growth in this situation, that a conversation between the victim and the abuser has to happen first. They need to talk about what happened, because a lot of the instances that these allegations and harassment charges have happened, it was always it never seemed like they delegated or talked about it beforehand. And also the people involved in it usually happens like years ago, right? Yeah. I've always been the person to give people the benefit of the doubt regardless of who they are, just because being someone that's worked with Falling Universe, like, there's a lot of people that called me an asshole, but like, they didn't know who I was. Yeah. They just assumed I was because I worked with an asshole band, quote unquote. So as far as cancel culture that goes, as long as the conversation between the victim and the abuser gets to happen, and if there's no growth or understanding coming from it, or like a lot of the examples is like the abuser just doesn't acknowledge it, then like, you need to post online, share what happened, and also make sure that, like, this person that's been working in this music scene doesn't get the privilege to abuse their newfound power. Yeah. Just from because in the music scene, there's I hate to say it, there's like, it happens a lot, and not to say Falling Reverse ever experienced anything with, like, Ronnie, like, sleeping with underage women or anything, but misogyny is very strong in, like, this whole music scene. So I think all of us have to take a part in making sure that doesn't exist. So I'm not okay with it it's really hard to stand up to people that have power and, like, can cancel you, like, you alone as a person. But as a whole, like, if you can speak up on it now, if you have the power to, you should. And cancel culture should only extend to when, like, no conversation can be had.
Well, like,
is my opinion.
No, I mean, the whole
I don't know
cancel
if that made
culture-
sense. I don't know.
Like the whole cancel culture thing, like it should be only to the people who've actually done some like fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And like
yeah.
there are some people like off the top of my head, like I can't really think of names. But
No,
like,
no, it's fine.
there's
We
some
probably
people
shouldn't
that,
name
like, are
anybody
getting
specifically,
fucking
but yeah.
toasted for shit that they did that weren't actually like at the time that they did whatever, said whatever.
Here's a good example. Mike Fuentes from Pierce the Veil. He got canceled last year for being in a relationship with someone that was underage when he was like 22, 23.
Yeah.
But there was no abuse. He was just dating someone that was under the age of like adult consent.
Yeah.
And also Pierce the Veil at the time when they were dating they weren't what they are now.
Yeah.
So there needs to be an understanding of like canceling people for abusing their power versus like a good example of that is like Tropic Thunder, right? I love that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Super offensive. Super offensive.
Super.
But they were self-aware, and that was comedy back in 2008. That was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
American Pie was 20 years ago, and people can watch that now and be like, that's not okay. That's the whole part of this process, is like to grow from it and like know when things aren't okay. And so at the time when Mike Fuentes was dating a 17-year-old at the age of 22, 23, whatever the fuck it was, it doesn't really matter.
And this is not us trying to fucking spot out.
No. I love Mike. I love Mike. I love Vic. They're both great guys.
Continue.
Yeah, that whole band is great. But again, different time, different era. We learn. That's the whole purpose of it. And he's been in the same stable relationship with Alicia for like years now.
Yeah.
Does that not say anything to the growth that he probably had since then? And also the times that were happening then. If we go back even further, Motley Crue was sleeping with 15, 14-year-old girls, and they made a whole fucking movie about it.
Yeah.
And they're still not in jail. You know, like they were doing a horse load amount of drugs and sleeping with a horse load amount of like underage women that mothers were giving up to them because they wanted them to sleep with them. I heard stories about Marilyn Manson, like daughters being given to him to like take their virginity away. So like we grow with the times, we have that conversation, and if that abuser or the harassment you experience and there's no growth from it, that's when the whole idea of like cancel culture should come into play, is because there's no growth or no understanding of what happened. So like for a recent example with Mike Fuentes, it's like Pierce the Veil wasn't what they are now.
Yeah.
They were still considered quote unquote a local band. And then for two, like he wasn't like manipulating her. It was just he was 22, she was 17.
Yeah.
He was dating someone that was underage. They dated for years. Like
what? I mean, there's not much
he
you can
wasn't.
fucking do. Like,
he wasn't like, oh yeah, she's fucking like under 18 and fucking a kid. Like
yeah,
it wasn't that. It was
creepy,
just like,
dude. Like he wasn't fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just like they hung out at a show, they got along, and they resonated, and they dated. He wasn't like manipulating her or abusing her. It was just a different era time.
It was a fucking
Yeah,
relationship
go ahead.
between two people.
Yeah, it was a relationship.
Ages.
It wasn't.
Like,
it wasn't.
It wasn't like a big fucking
Yeah.
deal. Like
It wasn't him like
that's it.
Front porch step like soliciting nudes from underage minors at a Warped Tour. It wasn't like that. It was like him. He was dating someone who he cared about at the time, and she was underage.
Yeah.
Now we all know that's wrong. At that time, they didn't care.
Yeah.
Like as long as they weren't abusing their power, like Front Porch Step was, where he was playing Warped Tour and having fans be like, I fucking love you. He's like, oh, cool. Would you send me pictures of your tits? I know you're 13, but like, I want to see. So gross. He wasn't doing any of that. He was just dating someone because he liked them and they were underage. And this was also, what, 12 years ago? 15 years ago? A good decade ago.
That's a huge thing for me with the whole, like, now, like, it's like the cancel culture is very prominent now.
Yeah, it is. Because it very much is.
Well, I mean, fucking COVID, everything. Like, cancel culture is fucking huge. So that's why I wanted to ask your opinion, because, like, everyone's fucking canceled.
I think it's,
I don't think it's, I understand it, but it's right
I don't
and
want,
wrong, but.
What I don't want to happen is that it's a way for, I've seen it, I feel like I've seen it as another form of clout chasing. I'm not trying to undermine any victims.
No, of course.
But
I totally
there's
understand.
definitely people that take advantage of the platform, but I don't want to take away from the idea that like there are victims that were very quiet and not able to have a voice at the time that the abuse was happening. And so talking about it now creates that safe space for people to bring it up and be like, hey, so like, I know you were abused by, now that you've expressed it, I want you to know that I was too. That matters, especially because they reached out to him. They went to publishing, they went to magazine, alt press, and they tried to get, they didn't want it to come out as like, quote unquote cancel culture. It was like, this is legitimate. This is a guy who has a lot of influence on young kids, and he took advantage of that with us. Yeah. And they didn't express, and then they didn't post it or like made the article about it. That's when like the whole idea of like quote unquote cancel culture like matters, because all of these powerful people and like editorial wise don't express their concerns, then you should speak out online and let people know what your story is. Cause I don't want the idea that like they need to be silenced or be quiet. I want them to know that like you should have a conversation with them first. Like those people with Austin Carlisle, they tried to do that conversation. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
When it doesn't happen, then go online, let people know that like it's not okay and it happened and the voice was not heard.
Yeah.
Then you should go to resort and like posting online and stuff and like going forward with that, because there's a lot of people that like take advantage of the whole cancel culture thing. Aziz Ansari is a good example where like someone had to, at the end of the day, she was experiencing a bad date with someone and she thought she was getting stuff out of it, and he thought he was too. And instead of Aziz like going online and posting an apology, he directly contacted her, apologized for what he did in the past, and was like very direct, and then expressed it in the stand-up comedy that he recently did on Netflix. Was like, I didn't know, but the whole purpose of this is that we grow with the times and we grow up. And
of course,
I want to make sure that like the whole idea of cancel culture isn't to end someone's life, but to make sure they grow. Yeah. I want people to grow,
you don't
not
want to fucking
to just end their life.
I think that's a whole thing. Like the cancel culture, it's like everyone, like the cancel culture, it's like ending someone's fucking life.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And
like that's hard.
If it's someone,
that's a hard.
If it's someone that like has abused it consistently, a good example is like Front Porch Step. You know, like who abused it consistently, who has had conversations with upper level people with these victims, and nothing has changed. That's when it's a problem. Yeah. Because they don't think anything's gonna tarnish or damage their name, and that's wrong. I think that's wrong. Just from personal experience from someone I know, what they had done was they approached that person directly through a mediator, being like, I want this to be resolved. I want this to be cordial. I want this to be understood. And I also want this to be an open dialogue for other people in the music scene. I don't want this to be the mob mentality. That's the quote. Mob mentality.
Okay.
You call someone out and then like everyone attacks them without even like having expression or like understanding or trying to express their emotions on it. It's a really touchy topic, but the whole idea of this topic was that I feel like as long as people can grow from it and victims don't get silenced, and the abusers and people that are harassed or like take advantage of their position take accountability. They just need to take accountability. I think that's important too, especially for a music scene that's male dominated. Mm-hmm. I want we should have people take accountability for when they abuse their power or when they take advantage of people. Like they need to take accountability because they're not given enough value to take accountability for anything. That's just the case in rock and roll. Motley Crue included, Falling in Reverse included. I'm sure even Let Live had moments of that. I the Mighty recently, that was like this past couple days. I the Mighty, Of Mice and Men with Austin Carlisle. Like, take accountability. That's what matters. Take accountability and address the issue. Don't avoid it. You can't avoid mistakes. You shouldn't avoid mistakes. You should confront mistakes. Yeah.
Right on.
Sorry, hey, I didn't mean to go on a long tangent.
Nah, dude, you're fucking good, man. Take a sip.
It's a very important topic that people need to understand, that like people need to grow. Just like any situation, it has to be growth, not ending growth at the end.
Of course,
of the day.
man. Of course.
Yeah.
Real quick, I just want to make sure you're still recording, right?
Yeah. I think my mic's still picking up everything I've been saying.
All right, cool. I just want to say for like the last, like, to end this out.
Yeah, we've been talking for like 2 hours now.
Yeah, because I was gonna say we're almost at 2 hours. I want to say, like, for you, or not say to you, but ask you, for someone who wants to be a photographer, videographer, trying to get into the fucking game, boy.
The game.
What would be your, like, to close this out, what would be your advice for a young fucking starter kid trying to get into that fucking tour game?
Go fucking weird. Like, we get categorized as content creators, so like, don't create content. Do weird shit. And even if the artist that you want to acknowledge it don't acknowledge it, there'll be someone that will. There will be someone that will. My look for Fever wasn't anything I developed. It was just something I already did. And then they approached me with like, we like what you did. And I just built on that. And also be okay with taking no for an answer a lot. That happens a lot. You get it. Like, you can check your inbox of sent emails of like all the artists that were like saying no or not even acknowledging you exist, and keep doing it anyways. Like I said earlier in this podcast, like 250 plus emails, and I sent 10 to 20 every day to different labels, to different management, to different artists, and 50% of it I didn't get responses. The other 50 was like, we don't know you, no. Just do it anyways, because they're going to keep your portfolio in hand. Because they're like, they took the time to reach out to us. So I would just fuck no's, keep taking the no's until you get one yes, because that one yes matters a lot. And then 2, don't be afraid to go weird and do what you like, because there's going to be an artist or a client or a creator or a director that's going to see it and like what you do. I've been very honest as far as what I create. for 95% of it, other than, commercial work. But and I gotta say, like, everyone's trusted me. Bush approached me because I kept doing what I was doing. I wasn't making anything for anyone else that I didn't feel like was artistically valued in my world. So they approached me because they liked what I did. So that's my advice. Keep going weird, keep doing weird shit. Even if other people don't like it, there's going to be someone that likes it. And then also be okay with taking no all the time.
Yeah,
95% of the
fucking
time.
Self.
Yeah, do your thing. Also, always take photos and videos, even when it's like a mundane day, because it's good practice. It's
especially
such good
nowadays.
practice.
Everyone,
we're stuck at home.
Everyone needs, especially like if you want to go on tour, and I hope you agree with me, Anthony. Everyone, like if you're a photographer, well, you better fucking learn video, unless you're like the best fucking photographer.
Unless you have a niche with your photos, learn video anyways. It's not to say that like everyone needs it, but it's a good skill to develop for yourself because you're creating art in different mediums. And wouldn't you want to explore different mediums with your art, Like,
yeah.
I wasn't a videographer and I never intended to be one. And then I started making stuff for fun and then they liked it. So I made it.
I mean, same with me.
Yeah. I was a photographer at first. I didn't think about video. I was thinking about taking portraits and doing streetwear photography and skateboarding photography. Like, I wasn't thinking anything about video. And then it just kind of came to a point where, like, I want to experiment with different mediums. And I think any artist would want to experiment with different mediums because you never know. You might end up being better at video than photography. You
fucking knows?
But you wouldn't know till you try it.
I mean, to be honest, like for me, like with the Mice and Men, they're like, hey, we know you.
I feel like
you take
when
photos.
I followed you, you were a photographer at first, and then like all the videography and edits that you made for Mice and Men and nothing more were like
nothing more
astronomically good.
Yo, so hey, get this before we close this out. But like, before I got invited out on my first tour with Mice and Men, they're like, "Hey, do you want to take photos? Like, want to come out on tour with us?" Like, yeah, it's like,
yeah, of course,
yeah, sure,
yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, can you do video too?" I was like, well, I don't have a camera that does video. But
I'll figure it out.
I borrowed a camera from a girl I knew in high school for a month.
Dude, I took a student loan out to get a camera for the 100 tour.
T1I, baby.
Dude, it's... I hate to say it, but like, if you want to get jobs on tour, you need to make sure you're comfortable with developing new skills and be comfortable with getting uncomfortable. Because you started with photography and then you got asked to do video. Yeah. And then at that point you're so eccentric with the job that you're like, okay, I'll learn it. Like,
now my video thing is way more permanent than like
same here.
My photo skills.
Yeah, same here. Like, photography is a good skill to have as far as direction and composition wise, but as far as skills go, like, it's always better to just know more. There's nothing wrong with knowing more at the end of the day. There's nothing wrong with knowing more. So like, why not experiment with video, with still art, with stop motion, with CGI, with After Effects animations, with stock footage, with audio editing. Like, I depend a lot on like my soundtracks, and because it creates an atmosphere. Shout out to Jar for that, because I feel like he kind of him and Gibson Hazard made a good emphasis on how much audio mattered.
Audio is a huge thing.
It's a huge factor. So like, I studied that, and then when I listen to soundtracks and movies, like, I pay more attention to it now.
I feel you.
Yeah. So like, I why not develop skills in other mediums? It just helps you as an artist. And even if you don't want to do videography, it's going to only help you for your photography to even
But I feel like if
understand it.
you're a photographer and like, if you're just a photographer and you want to get into like the tour world, you should
just need to be open to learning new things.
Either learn or be open to do video. Because like,
Yeah.
that's the world now. It's like, you got to know fucking everything.
Yeah. And if you're going to do photography strictly, your photography better be like the most niche thing ever. Lindsey Barnes, Adam DeGrasse, Adam and Hayes. Their photography is so good, they don't need to do video necessarily. It's just like their photos speak the stories for them.
They've made the name.
Yeah, they made their name to be that photographer. So unless your photography is going to be at that level, learn the other things. There's nothing wrong with learning more things.
It's not going to hurt you.
No, it's never bad to learn more things. Yeah.
But Anthony,
end of the podcast. Yeah,
I'm just gonna say, like, I know we can keep talking for fucking ever.
Oh, hours.
We'll get a round two.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll catch up on like the cusp of this COVID stuff.
Of course, but
yeah.
Starting it off again. Thank you so much for having me on that Bush project. So amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't think of anyone else.
It was so amazing watching that on like a big screen, like watching.
And it's
sick.
Also it's on MTV in Mexico and Kerrang. His visuals. Ooh. Him and Jar and Eric have visuals for Kerrang in Mexico and MTV now. Just saying.
Just for everyone who doesn't already know you, where can they find you? What's your socials?
Instagram's v.trvn. I was a big fan of A$AP Rocky when I started. Still am. Yeah. And Twitter, v_trvn. And then my website's Tran, trvn.org. Yeah, you can find all my stuff there. You can go on Bush's page or Fever's page or Atreyu's page because I'm like managing them that part now. You can check all my stuff out on there. Like, also, no other than my film class, no other experience, and then like just touring and doing it.
Right on, man.
Just got to do
and
it.
I will also put all these links in the bio. Or
yeah, what's up, guys?
Whatever.
Welcome. All
thank
the
you
links
so much
in the
for
bio below.
taking the time out of your night to chat with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Very much appreciate
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And also, well, everyone does know this, but send me the fucking audio, bruh.
Yeah.
So they don't get the they don't hear all the cutouts and shit. Dude, I'm fucking drunk, dude. I'm drunk.
I am.
I'm
pretty
drunk
blitzed.
for sure.
I'm pretty blitzed.
I'm fucking drunk, dude. Yeah. Hey, send me the fucking audio.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. We can end this call. We can end the podcast, and then I'll talk to you afterward.
Right. Hey, fucking end it, bro.
Yeah, end it.
Boom.
We're done. Thank you so much for having me, dude.
Love you, dude.
Yeah, love you.